You think your suffering is bad luck, but listen carefully. Every moment of your life is answering something you once chose. Before I reveal this eternal law, like this video and subscribe to this channel so I may continue guiding sincere souls towards freedom, clarity, and divine truth. My dear one, I am Krishna. You ask me, why do good people suffer? Why does effort not always give results? Why does pain repeat itself in my life? You blame fate, you blame people, you blame time. But you forget one thing. Nothing in your life is accidental. Everything is shaped by karma. Karma is not punishment. Karma is not revenge. Karma is perfect justice. Karma is the echo of your own actions. Not only what you do with your hands, but what you think with your mind and what you desire in your heart. I told Arjuna clearly, man is bound by his own actions except when those actions are performed as sacrifice. Bhagavad Gita 3.9. Every intention leaves a mark. Every desire plants a seed, and time only decides when the fruit will come. You see only one lifetime. Karma sees many. You remember today. Karma remembers everything. Saints have explained this truth. Premanand Maharaj Ji teaches, what you call destiny is nothing but old habits returning. Jagat Guru Kripaluji Maharaj says, karma is not cruel, your ignorance of it is. Just because you do not remember the seed does not mean the fruit has no cause. And if you still doubt this, remember King Chitraketu as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Chitraketu was not an ordinary king. In his past life, he had accumulated powerful karmas, great merit mixed with subtle attachments, especially towards lineage and legacy. Because of this deep-rooted attachment, he was never destined to have a son. Even in this birth, as a mighty emperor, ruling countless kingdoms, Providence denied him offspring, not as punishment, but as protection, because a son would awaken attachment strong enough to trigger dormant karmas. Yet, Chitraketu suffered deeply. He prayed, pleaded, and performed intense rituals, desiring what destiny had intentionally withheld. Moved by his desperation, the sages Angira and Narad appeared. But Narad warned him clearly, O king, what you are asking for will bring sorrow, not joy. Despite this warning, to demonstrate the infallibility of karma, Angira Muni blessed him with one son, born of his chief queen, and the kingdom rejoiced. But destiny does not bend, it only teaches. The child died suddenly. In a moment, the same attachment that brought joy became unbearable grief. Chitraketu collapsed, not because the child died, but because attachment had fully matured. Narad then revealed the truth. The soul of the child spoke directly to Chitraketu, saying, in how many lives have you been my father? In how many lives have I been your son? At that moment, Chitraketu awakened. His grief dissolved into realization. He renounced attachment and became a pure devotee, attaining exalted spiritual states and constant remembrance of me. But karma had one final lesson to deliver. Later, due to a moment of subtle pride, he laughed when Lord Shiva was sitting with Parvati. Parvati cursed him to be born as a demon, and so, in his next life, Chitraketu was born as Vritasur, but listen carefully now. Though born as a demon, Vritasur possessed unshakable devotion. On the battlefield, even while fighting Indra, his prayers were filled with surrender, humility, and longing for me. His body was demonic. His destiny was karmic, but his consciousness was liberated. This is the deepest truth of karma. You may not control what life gives you, but devotion decides whether karma binds you or frees you. There are three types of karma you must understand: Sanchit karma, stored karma, all actions of countless lives stored like seeds. Most of it you will never experience unless it is activated. Prarabdha karma, activated karma, that portion of karma which shapes this birth, your body, family, tendencies, challenges. You cannot escape this. You can only respond correctly. Kriyaman karma or present karma, what you are creating right now through every choice, reaction, and desire. This is where your freedom exists. Cause karma does not see labels like good or bad, it only sees cause and effect. A saint may suffer physically, but inwardly he is free. A wealthy man may enjoy comforts, but inwardly he is burning. Do not judge karma by appearances. Judge it by inner bondage or freedom. You are trapped not by actions, but by attachment to results. When you act with ego, I am the doer, I deserve this is mine, then karma binds you. That is why I said, you have the right to action, but never to its fruits. Bhagavad Gita 2.47. The moment you demand outcomes, you tighten the knot. Now listen carefully. This is the secret. You cannot escape karma by running away from action. You can only rise above it through bhakti. When you act for me, karma dissolves. When you offer every action to me, work becomes worship. Duty becomes devotion. I promise you, one who dedicates all action to me is untouched by sin, just as a lotus leaf remains untouched by water. Bhagavad Gita 5.10. True devotion does not ask me to change karma. It changes you, just as with Chitraketu. Karma altered his external journey, but devotion protected his soul. When love for me becomes real, old karmas lose their power, reactions soften, suffering becomes purification, fear disappears. Saints say, when God enters the heart, karma exits quietly. This is why even the greatest sinners became saints, not by cancelling karma, but by surrendering to me. Do not ask, why is this happening to me? Ask instead, how should I respond as my devotee? Offer your pain to me. Offer your work to me. Offer your desires to me. Act sincerely. Detach from results. Remember me constantly. This is Karma Yoga turned into Bhakti Yoga. Karma decides your experiences. Devotion decides your freedom. As long as you act for yourself, karma will follow you. The moment you act for me, karma bows and steps aside. Surrender is not weakness, it is the end of bondage. Come to me with love. Live in the world, but belong to me. I will take care of the rest. You think your suffering is bad luck, but listen carefully. Every moment of your life is answering something you once chose.